Oh, good, it started. So, hello. I believe this is the video I'm making for the Reddit Type Me post, I believe. Oh, crap. How did I do on the editing for the first few seconds or whatever? Crap. I'm drawing a blank, so I'll try to get back on topic. So, um, I asked one of the users on this Reddit who's been very helpful in the past, Fiery Signet, for ideas on what to talk about to assist with the typing during this video. And I received various suggestions answering who, what, when, where, why, etc. questions on four different subtopics. So that's what I will be doing. Full disclaimer, I am rather anxious about the risk of acting differently in this video than I act in real life, which would throw off the typing. Of course, not that I would intentionally attempt to do so. It's just that, well, I don't know, everyone works differently under observation. If I walked around filming myself with a camera secretly throughout an entire day, I don't know if I would act the same in that video that I do now when I'm deliberately speaking to you, which I guess causes a bit of a problem because then I am misrepresenting myself when I'm speaking to you now. If it does not match what that theoretical video would say, and it would be lying basically because I'd be giving an inaccurate picture of myself. I don't know if the picture I'm giving myself in this video is accurate or not. So okay, regardless, I will simply answer these questions, and hopefully I don't do too much of a disservice to you. So, okay, so who, what, when, where, why, how on the last time I got in a confrontation with someone. So, of course, to answer this question, we need to figure out what constitutes a confrontation. Is it simply an argument on the internet? How long does it have to go in order to count as a proper confrontation? Doesn't necessarily need to be something that you initiate. Well, regardless, let's go for a very minor example. I suppose that I think earlier on the Our Christianity forum earlier today, someone made a stupid comment on an issue related to transgenderism being a sin, and I made a very few quick rebuttals of his statements specifically, sort of to call him out. But then again, that's simply arguing in a Reddit thread. That doesn't necessarily count as a full-fledged confrontation. Or does it? Crap. Well, now the thing is what counts as a confrontation and what doesn't. So, if I treat it as that, it was, okay, it wasn't a brief thread. They made a comment that everyone who transitions does so because they're attracted to people of the same birth sex, and that it's an attempt to trick them into sleeping with them. And I was like, no, that is factually wrong. Many of us aren't even attracted that way. I'm not even into guys, but regardless, yeah, it wasn't a thread. Honestly, part of the reason was just because it was stupid and frustrating, and I felt the need to just, I suppose, not humiliate them, but just kill the idea. And also, it was low-hanging fruit. It may have been a bit uncharitable of me to do that. Crap, I'm speaking way too quickly and not doing the question justice. I should have gone with a meteor example, or one that would give, you know, proper information. The last time I got into a confrontation, what counts as a proper confrontation? Shit. I know this is extremely inappropriate. I'm going to skip to the next question. Last time I did a deep dive into a philosophical topic. I do this every few hours. Oh my god. But last night, I remember when I was reading something by George MacDonald that, it was a commentary he made on Jesus' temptations in the desert, and it made a brief connection in my mind to theodicy, the question of why God allows evil and suffering and such. Now, of course, the trouble is that this observation is not necessarily original or unique. Similar things happen in like the Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, and in several other places as well. But the basic idea I had, ugh, well, that's the problem. I'm supposed to be speaking of my motivations here, but not necessarily fleshing out the idea itself, or at least not necessarily giving an explanation to you. This is not a theology lesson. It's supposed to be about me. So, um, yeah, and I suppose I should be maintaining eye contact, but that's not the thing that I'm actually doing. Um, Crap. I. I'm sorry. Is it okay if I look away? It's much more comfortable if I do. Well, what am I saying? You're recording. You don't actually. You can't actually offer your opinion. Shit. Um, but yeah, it. Basically, it was just an idea I had about theodicy, which happened to me when I was in the middle of reading. I guess the reason being that I had several pre-existing dots and it connected a few, and it was, I think, Unspoken Sermons, like the seventh one or something. I don't know. I love George MacDonald, but um, last night about 3 in the morning, uh, crap, I'm not answering the questions correctly, am I? Shit, last night I had to fix something or similarly find a direct and practical. Okay, see, the third question is the last time I had to fix something or similarly find a direct and practical solution to a problem. Now, technically, the last time I fixed something is in the sense of using actual tools was when I hung a shower rod in my bathroom. I'm not sure if that counts as a proper example because, well, actually, that was something of an adventure because I had understood the directions wrong. I thought it was simply a matter of sticking it in place and trying to balance it, but apparently I was supposed to like twist like half the rod itself, and wasn't aware of that until I brought in my ENTJ roommate to assist. And yeah, I actually am certain my roommate's an ENTJ. It's just such obvious ENTJ stuff, but um, I suppose when I'm thinking of direct and practical solutions to things, shit, I'm drawing a blank. Um, Damn, maybe I should like stop this and get to the next. Get to the next. I'm going to pause this. Maybe I can answer the fourth question at a later time. And I did this wrong. I know I did this wrong.